Guess I'm live here. So I'm on the road on my way from Phuket to Wahin. And you can't just go live with the push of a button. You have to enter a title. So I had to pull over to do that. Started at, well, I got up at 3:45 after couldn't get to sleep. I woke up, I said, fuck it, let's go. So I did the last minute things and was out on the road actually at 4:30. I've made really good time. It's 9 a.m. now. And just crazy Thai drivers, man. There's just, you wouldn't believe it. Anyway, to chat here. Let's talk about something on my mind, trying to, because everybody's asking this question. It's like, what the fuck just happened? Talking about COVID and the vax and everything, and now this whole, try at this just absolute global totalitarian thing, which ain't flying. It's not flying, and I think I don't. It baffles me that anyone ever thought that it would. Really baffling. I mean, that shows you how cloistered and cloistered they are. Always singing to their own choirs and cliquish, and they only talk amongst themselves. They're like, yeah, we'll do this and this and this, and it's going to be a whole new world order. And that, what they did is they totally shot themselves in the foot. Of course, there will always be the intransigent moron fucks, but what they've done is convert millions of people all over the world. Tens and tens of millions into not necessarily right conservative, but people who value human self-determination and freedom, for fuck's sake, right? Oh, we're gonna get rid of gas stoves. Oh, you're not gonna be able to drive cars anymore. And fuck that. Fuck you, right? So what they've done in this process is they've lost tens of millions of people, perhaps hundreds of millions. Really, you notice the quieting down. It's only the vocal, the really woke vocal few who, one person, they're so vocal that it seems like they must be 100 or 1,000, right? It's projection, because they know that their goose has been cooked, if that's the right metaphor. So anyway, but I've been reading some stuff that's not on news and whatever. We're talking philosophy dudes, right? And going back through history, the whole modern to postmodern and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna get into the technical of it, but just to nutshell that, you have so you go way back, and in the first part of civilization, there was a state, but it was kind of, it took a back seat to the church, right? The whatever the church was really the authority, and the state was kind of the practical administrator, the civic, if you will, administrator of what was good and moral and whatever, meted out punishments and all of this stuff. People were like, no, we don't want that. We want to separate church and state. Okay. Well, that brought in, I'm in traffic here. That ushered in kind of a secular state where so gradually over time you have religion now taking a backseat. You have different, so that instead of having to have one religion, you've got many religions, right? And then it gets you get more secular to where science and discovery enters in, and it's like no, well, religion is just faith, it's a fantasy, that really there's science. So to kind of come full circle with it, what's happened is that people are like, I want my religion back, my faith back, but instead of like, a dude in the sky kind of religion, they're going to be science about it, right? So you have faith-based religion, and now you have like religious-based science. That's really what it is, and it has all the same hallmarks of religion. I mean, you morally condemn others. You're on the one true way, the one true path. The others are evil. They're what's the parallel for blasphemy or blasphemer? You're misinformation, disinformation. You're a misinformer. You're a disinformer, blasphemer, right? That's what it is. It's exactly what it is in every single essential. We have religion again. But here's the thing. If you, in retrospect, if you ever thought religion was not a great influence, I think humans have got to believe, they're going to believe in something. So if you look at the religious history of the world, it's probably, it is what it is, right? There's a lot of bad stuff done in the name of religion, but a lot of good stuff too, right? Kind of approximates life, good and bad, right? And it's a human creation. So, but here's the thing: the safety valve, if you will, for religion as they modernize is reality, right? Yeah, you can believe in all the sky gods, sky fairies and sky gods and angels and demons all you want, right? We know really they're not real, but believe in them, have your fun, That's why I always called Santa Claus. I always called Santa Claus God Light. It's how you start to indoctrinate children into this, gifts will be bestowed, naughty and nice. It's kind of like mini religion for children, right? And then you grow up and you have, bigger myths, and more complex, and it's the complexity that makes it valid, you see, right? You have scriptures, right? And so anyway, so a lot of people thought that's bad, atheist activists and everything. I called myself an atheist for years and years and years, and I'm like, I don't want to associate with these activist assholes. You can't have a nativity scene in the town square. Fuck off. We want it. We like it, right? We love to sing the Christmas carols, all that stuff. I love Christmas, right? And I call it Christmas, right? So I just could not stomach the atheist side. So I've just always referred to myself as a non-believer in literal interpretations. Okay. So anyway, but for those who thought that was bad, look at where you are now, because you don't have the fallback of, well, it's just sky fairies. Don't worry about it. Okay, they believe in sky fairies. No, These people, like, they invoke science. So it literally is like back in the way back when you could invoke a passage of scripture and condemn somebody and burn them at the stake, right? Now you invoke science, and you even have your high priests like Fauci. I am science. I am the science. I have come to save you. Oh my gosh. So think about it. Think of all the parallels with religion, but the distinction to make is that you're not talking about sky fairies, you're talking about real shit in the world, and they're wrong, right? But you can't debate the science because that's disinformation. It's blasphemy. Okay, I think you got it. Keep thinking about that. Okay, so, but how does the left have its, I'll do another parallel. The old song, onward Christian soldiers marching as to war with the cross of Jesus going on before. You got it? All right. So what are the armies of science, right? The science soldiers, right? How do you keep and maintain an army? Well, this is one thing that the philosophers that I've read haven't gotten yet, and that's part of why they're so mystified about, like, how do we get into this? But I have the answer. It's something I've known about for a few years. This guy, what's his name? I forget, Sanger or something. No, it's not Sanger. Anyway, I think if you Google bio-Leninism or biological Leninism, you find the links, right? In a nutshell, it's this. It is that people, when you have a movement like our religion-based science movement, that's why I'm going to start calling it now, religion-based science. Or faith-based science, you could say. So who do you use? Who are your science soldiers? How about you use the marginalized, right? And of course the LGBTQ and the trannies, or trans people. They're transvestites, in other words, they wear the clothes of the other person. That's what they are. You don't change your sex or your gender. They try to make a big distinction about that. It's, sex is, yes, biological, but gender is a choice, and there's 100 of them or something like that. Fuck off. Bullshit. You're a male or a female. Unless there's some kind of weird genetic shit going on, like with hermaphroditism and other different things where people can be born with, parts of both sets of reproductive organs. That's like being born with cancer. It's just genetic shit. So that's not the norm. Anyway, so you take all these misfits, incels, just weirdos. You see the pictures, like some of these mugshots of like the BLM and Antifa people. I don't know the BLM. I think those are just black people that want to loot shit and burn, go in and get their brand name goods. Yeah. But the like Antifa, like the mugshots, I mean, you look at them, it's like, oh, I understand now. I get it. Is that town council in the city of Appalachia or something. You know, it's like, it really looks like inbred crazy shit, you know, stereotypical of that sort of thing. You know, deliverance. So, but you take these people, and they can never be anything ever in their lives in terms of status. You know, they could make money, they could do well at a job, they could raise a family, but they want to belong. They want to be somebody. You know, they want to feel like they're making a difference, right? So what do? You offer them unearned status in exchange for undying loyalty. Simple as that. Unearned status in exchange for undying loyalty. Now, with that in mind, observe with that in mind. It's like, why is this person like that fucking weirdo, that ugly ass bald fuck weirdo, who's the bag thief, the checked baggage thief in the airports, who was like the head of nuclear waste disposal or something for the Atomic Energy Commission. I mean, really, there's a perfect example for you. An abject fucking weirdo who everybody would just say, get the fuck out of here, you're weird. I don't want to have anything fucking thing to do with you. You know, elevate and praise. Or, you know, our fucking, is it the Surgeon General? That dipshit, that guy who wears dresses to work, you know? Right? I have no problem saying these people are like, they're just you know what they are. So people like this would never get, could never get any status, not most of them, right? So what they do is they latch onto a cause. You know, one of the whole society now has a whole they have a whole laundry list. You can be LGBTQ, you can say it's okay you can say that pedophilia is okay, and pedophilia, the distinction is puberty. Before puberty, pedophilia. After puberty, not pedophilia. Okay, so could be abuse, could be rape. We have laws for that shit, right? You only need one if it's a child underage, not sexually mature. Right? For that, you need a separate one. Otherwise, it's sexually mature. Everything else, you know, assault, rape, kidnapping, whatever applies. So anyway, you've got all these different things a person can be. They can say, well, and the racism one, you know, everything's racist, on and on. And these people they're stupid. And so, of course, it's easy to feed them catechisms and doctrines, and they will learn to spout them. You know, just like you can teach a child a nursery rhyme, same, right? And then they will spout it back, and no matter what, they're intransigent. All of these things that you need for die-hard loyalty. And then you bestow them with the status. And the more they do to agitate, right, on this whatever social media all the time, right, back and forth, and honing those skills to be argumentative. So it seems like, wow, there's a lot more than or, you know, I wonder if any of these, like Facebook, have toned down their censorship yet in light of what's gone on with Twitter, and that, you know, there could be some serious repercussions still with some of the former people there. I don't know. I would sooner see the FBI disbanded and prosecuted for doing that. Twitter probably has some, you know, it's like, hey, the FBI was on our case. What are we supposed to do? That would be my defense. Yeah, we'll see some of that, but these guys, they agitate, they're on it all the time, so it seems like it's a lot bigger than it is, and I think it's failing, and so you have the people now, a lot of them, like I said, millions, who, even if they're not all the way there yet, they've shut their fucking mouths. They've sat down and shut the fuck up, right? Because they know. They know they've been had. And they're not happy about that. Well, not only did you get had, you're morons. Go back to school, do whatever, but stop being a fucking moron. Anybody who didn't see through this COVID horse shit within a few weeks to a month, I'll give you 3 months at the most, you're hopeless. You're hopeless. I mean, start again. Remedial kindergarten, something. Get your fucking mind straight. All right, guess that's it. I don't know if it'll stay up on YouTube. I'm half driving and half trying to talk, so do another one sometime today, maybe tomorrow, from the beach at Wahin. And let's see, and I'll catch you later. Let me turn this off.